So good morning. Second attempt at this one, really. Recorded it in low quality, which is really annoying. So for those of you who haven't listened to it already, rather than put out a PDF with all of the information on what changes we've made in the fort, I thought this time I'd do a video tutorial, and hopefully this time you can see it a little bit better than last time. And over watching it back, I think I probably went through a few things a bit fast, so I'll slow down a little bit. So initially, this is what you should see when you arrive at the fort. And this is our recording software, but now always you have to press record and then play, or just record. So now simply all you do is you turn up, and before your show starts, just hit the play button. That starts it recording automatically and sends the signal off to our IceCast server. Don't worry if there's a gap at the beginning of your recording. I always edit that out and just put a 1 second lead into that, so that's fine. That then records to our show recordings channel here, folder, sorry, which is all date stamped. And we've just associated MP3 files to Audacity in case you wanted to check your recording or edit it yourself or something like that. That's not a problem. And that now is being installed on our Fort storage, which is nice, giving us plenty of storage. Got 2 terabytes there, so it'll take us a while to fill that up. And then once you finish your recording, you can simply send it to yourself using WeTransfer. We've got a nice bit of storage at the fort, speed at the fort, so it doesn't take long for us to upload that, and you can send that home to yourself. So that was but. Another thing we've got, which is slightly different now, is our VU meters. These are always on top, and they monitor the playback level, so they're always between 0 and 1. If you're up in this end, it's not good news. If you want them bigger, right click, have them big if you want, like that. If you want them giant size, you can have them giant size. It's not a problem. I think in time I'm going to put another screen directly below the screen you've got in the fort, just so we can have our social stuff on one screen and all of the streaming stuff on another. But we keep that at 50%. Okay, on to Vmix. Now, when you arrive at the fort, if the previous host has done what they should have done, this is how the desktop should look to you. Your level should be all preset, and this is set on our default fort profile. Now, for many of you, and not all of you, I've created custom profiles. Now, anyone that plays at the fort can have a custom profile. You just really need to reach out to me, get me a decent logo, and then anytime you do a show, you can just use that, and it will put your logo in and change your show name. So I'll just quickly walk you through how that's done. Now, if you notice down here, there's this little button here, it's called playlist, and it's in red. If you try and open any of the profiles when that is in red, it will simply just give you an error message saying that the playlist is currently running. Please stop the playlist and try again. So if you get that error message pop up, stop your playlist, click on open. These are all the profiles that are there at the moment. I'll pick Den of Doom, that's my favourite one. If this comes up, simply click open. And there you go, you'll notice that the Den of Doom logo, which is all nicely cut out, has been put in there for them. The Fort Radio web address is at the bottom, just basically there to cover the gap where the new camera 2 we've raised up now to bring in a bit of the CDJs, gives us a bit of a better look. There. And the other thing is, we noticed that a lot of the shows have got different names, and the wrong names with the wrong people. This affects our Facebook search algorithm for people searching for radio or looking for live streams. If the show name changes all the time, or at least part of it changes all the time, it pushes us down in that ranking. So to combat that, so these guys from Den of Doom, they no longer would need to change their show name as they would previously by coming in here. You'll now notice that we're streaming at 1080p where we were before at 720. We were previously at 1.5 megs per second, we're now pushed up to 3. And our audio codec is AAC 128 as it always was. But if you look there, the show title's already in there for them. It's all done. You simply just need to turn up, load the profile and click stream and play on button and they're going. Now should they, when they leave, they forget and you turn up and there's the wrong profile loaded, nice and simple, stop your playlist, click open, back to profiles, find your particular one. Let's have a look for another one, Gospel Vinyl Club. It simply just changes all of the settings to be specific to the Gospel Vinyl Club. And again, you hit playlist and then that sets the cameras cycling on their cycle. Now if you don't want them cycling and you want it on one camera, you can do that. Just make sure that's not red, and then you can have individual control here. You can press cut, you can fly it in, you can merge it, you can do a wipe, you can do a slide wipe, do a fade to black. There's loads of other ones in here if you want to look at those. Cube, you can do that, whichever. But most importantly, really, I'll just leave that on playlist, and that runs automatically for you. If you haven't got a personal profile and it's on Gospel Vinyl Club and you want to move it, click open, back to profiles, down to the default, click open again. Defaults that back to that point there, and the show title is simply then the default radio be different. If we can try and leave that default radio be different in all the show titles, that will assist us with our Facebook search and reach. Other than that, so if you do want your own profile, just hit me up, get me a logo. Doesn't have to be brilliant, I can cut it out and do things with it, and I've no worries in doing that to you at all. It's not a problem at all. It takes me about 10 minutes per profile. Any questions or any feedback or anything like that you'd like to see further help on, just give me a shout. Thanks.